Hello and welcome to this week's Pastor Capture. This is our weekly opportunity to share with you some of the great things that happened this past Sunday and also to kind of plant a seed for what you can anticipate for this coming Sunday. I'm Pastor Steve. This is Pastor Tammy. We are missing Pastor Ivy today. She is focusing this week with being with her husband David, who is now under hospice care. And so we miss you, Ivy, and you are in our prayers. Mm-hmm. This past Sunday in Ivy's place, we had D.S. Angela Lewis, who is our new district superintendent for the Northern Waters District.
Very good.
And she is a powerful African-American woman preacher.
Yes, she is.
And she brought it home. I was not at the modern service, but I watched it, and you will be blessed if you watch it. Tammy,
oh, yes.
Tammy was there.
I was there, and it was awesome because she is the kind of preacher that wants you to give it back.
Yeah.
And they were giving it back. And I was like, oh, yes.
Amen.
Yeah, amen. That's right. That's right. That's right.
I've heard D.S. Lewis preach at annual conference before, and it's always moving.
Because she just did this last
That's
annual
right.
conference. Yeah.
So, and the text was the story of Jesus overthrowing the tables. Now, this past week, we had the option of going with Mark's version of that or John's version. John tells it at the beginning of Jesus' ministry. Mark tells it at the end. Mm-hmm. I preached from John, and D.S. Lewis preached from Mark, as Ivy was going to do. Mm-hmm. And the biggest thing that we brought out with that is that, we don't often, as we mentioned last week in the past, we don't often think of Jesus as so reactionary or, fired up like that.
I have to say, I like hearing Jesus have emotion like that.
Yeah.
I do. I think that it's important for us to understand that was part of his humanity.
Yes.
Being able to really feel what we feel. I mean, we get mad.
Yeah. There's Pastor Tammy's spiritual director is Lisa Withrow, mm-hmm. whom I know, and she's worked in some churches I've been a part of on theological worlds. Why am I taking this bunny trail? Theological worlds identify how each of us relate to God differently. Mm-hmm. And Pastor Tammy, I don't know if she's ever taken the inventory, but I can tell you she's got that. She's got that prophetic social justice, which is why she's
a deacon.
That's so right. I would like to invite you, if you also really resonate with this image of Jesus fired up and just, really worked up about social justice and righteous anger, put it in the comments. I'd love to just see who resonates with that. I did something I've never done in worship this Sunday.
Are you going to talk about that whistle?
Yeah. I used a hawk whistle, so if that intrigues you, check out, go back, and you can scooch forward. But
don't turn the volume up when he starts talking about it.
It is a screeching, piercing sound, but I use it to help us understand that in worship and in our faith life, it's not always about making us comfortable.
That's right. That's right. It's about that uncomfortableness that transforms us.
And I got a confession to make. Sometimes the Spirit pops up and reveals something to you. And some of the illustrations that I use are illustrations of people who were whistleblowers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even think about, I'm blowing the whistle. So anyway,
that's funny. That's funny. One of the things I really appreciated, since it's Black History Month, is you mentioned Mamie Till Bradley, and when her son was
Emmett,
Emmett was, brutally beaten and perished. And she said she wanted an open casket. And did you see that when we were at the museum? Did you see that exhibit? It was kind of off.
Right?
It was off the beaten path. Wow. But I remember Caitlin and I went into that space to see. Oh, it was powerful and. So moving. You weren't allowed to take pictures or anything in there.
You're referring to the African American History and Cultural Museum
at Washington, D.C., the Smithsonian.
And I hadn't really, it was good for me to refresh my memory of that story and how that's now, it's been considered the kickoff, really, of what inspired the Civil Rights Movement. How about Sunday school this past Sunday?
This past Sunday, we did not have the banner attendance, but all is well. We just keep on trucking, and we talked about the Lord's Prayer. And this coming Sunday, we're going to be talking about Jesus calming the storm.
Jesus calming the storm in Sunday school this Sunday. This coming Sunday in worship will be our last Sunday of our Justice or Just Us series. Pastor Tammy will be preaching in the traditional service. Covering for Pastor Ivy, and I'll be in the modern service. And the text this week Two different texts. The first one is in Luke's Gospel, chapter 4, where Jesus has just come out of the wilderness and he comes, it's often considered the beginning of his public ministry. He goes to the synagogue and he reads, and I love he reads from Isaiah, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me to bring and anointed me to bring good news to the poor, recovery sight to the blind, release to the captives, to let the oppressed go free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. So, but then you jump to Matthew's Gospel. 26, I think it is. In the upper room, and Jesus is saying, one of you will betray me. And they're all like, who? Not me,
not me. Is it I? Can it be I, Lord?
So this Sunday's passage and sermon title is, Could it be me?
Could it be me? That's right.
Could it be me?
Yeah.
So I want to invite you to think about that. We often shield ourselves from thinking that, oh, it couldn't be me that would do such a terrible thing.
Right. But we also talked about it earlier today, that could it be me who answers the call to do the good things? There's, you know, it'll be fun to see where we take this.
It reminds me of the song, It's Me, It's Me, It's Me, O Lord, standing in the need of prayer. Yeah. Other than last Sunday and this Sunday, I can't help but also lift up next Wednesday, a week from when you're watching this, 1 week from now, is Ash Wednesday. And we have so much planned for our season of Lent. It's our series, Wandering Heart, Finding Faith with Peter, focusing on that. We're going to be starting Wednesday night dinners on the 21st of February from 5:45 to 6:30. We're going to be offering a class for Mentor UMC 101, as well as a class for Wandering Hearts, Finding Faith with Peter. I hope and pray that this will really be what I believe God is calling it to be, where all of us can come together.
And there'll be something for the youth. Bryant has been working on. We'll have something for the children and childcare for the preschoolers and bebes.
All lined up.
Yeah, we would love to have everyone come out for this.
Yes. So if you want to help make this vision come into reality, sign up. Let us know you're coming, and share, like, and spread the word of this video as well as all that we've got coming up for Lent. I think it's an exciting time here at Mineral United Methodist Church. Thank you for watching this week's
Pastor Capture.